So, hello everyone. I think that was my cue, and there's silence. I am very glad to welcome you today and to be with you today. I'm Sigrun Habermann. I'm the head of the library services at the UN Geneva Library and Archives. And I'm really happy to present another session in our series, The Quick Starts, today. So just a little word about the Quick Starts. It's a really simple concept, and what you can expect today is that it's all about connections. It connects you in just 30 minutes to information and to data that you can use online and for free. It connects you also to some of the highlights or the treasures of what are the library and the archives collections. And it connects you at the same time to the people that are behind this online offer that make it work for you. Let me first of all say, this is just an announcement that this is a recorded session, and you'll be able to find it online on the website of the Knowledge and Learning Commons afterwards. So the last sessions, the last two Quick Start sessions were about products that our archives team created and that they maintain as well. Today, I'm talking about a library product again. The libraries today, they're there just to help and guide people through the multitude of information that there's out there, a bit like with archives, but less specialized. There's actually an explosion of information, we could actually say. And so what we try to do is we prepare information resources that are available somewhere in this universe in such a way that you can more quickly find exactly what you need. And this is really our mandate. So, for example, if you need the latest news today on Ukraine and you want that in Arabic, or if you want something on the French pension reform, it's still going on, in Spanish, or if you want an article on a peacekeeping mission, for example, or if you want the speeches of the latest COP sessions as well. So this is what libraries are there for. They put them together, and we, as the UN Library, buy subscriptions to thousands of articles and ebooks. And then we try to cover really the most current issues in international relations, in politics, in law. That's really one of our specialties as well. Economics, in environment, and climate change, for example. And then we take these resources and we package them in online products so that you can more easily find the right information, and especially that it becomes more quickly for you to actually find them. And the Quick Start series was really designed to show some of these packages that should help you in your daily search for information. Now, the colleagues that present the Quick Starts, they always work on maintaining and improving these online packages, these products. So with that, I just want to introduce my colleague, Mathey Ijeh. She will be giving the presentation today, and her background is actually in website development and in management. And she worked for a very long time on the UN Geneva web pages. So she knows a lot about what people expect on a website, how they navigate, what kind of information they are looking for. She and her team are responsible for this online platform that she will be presenting today, that we are presenting, the conference primers. So the conference primers, they really do simply what they promise, what's in the name, right? They give you primary and basic information about conferences that are held by the United Nations in Geneva, because this is really our focus, is what the UN is doing in Geneva. They were created already in 2020 during COVID times, you might notice or remember. And they are a product of the Knowledge and Learning Commons. So you see the Commons not only puts together these learning events, but it also creates learning products primarily for UN staff and for diplomats. So these conference primers are very useful, particularly to diplomats, but also to conference delegates and anyone who could work on a conference. Because they help you prepare for the topics that are discussed at the upcoming conferences. There's not so much logistics in there, but it's really about the intellectual content, knowledge, right? This is what libraries and archives are all about. So with that, I would now just like to get to the presentation of the conference primers, and I'm handing over now to my colleague, Anne. Please, Anne, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Sigrun. So I'm very happy to be with you today. Good afternoon and welcome to the conference primers. You are running from one conference to the other, juggling with the dense, multifaceted UN agenda in Geneva, we have your solution. Welcome to the Conference Primers. The Conference Primers is a diplomat's guide to conferences in Geneva. It is a global, curated resource providing links to specific UN and non-UN resources related to UN conferences and gatherings. The platform provides links to the best summaries and decisions related to all major conferences organized by the UN and the UN family in Geneva. It also gathers information from major UN conferences which take place in other parts of the world, as there's a direct impact on the work carried out here at the UN in Geneva. It includes links to UN official websites, as well as overviews provided by NGOs, think tanks, academia, and media outlets. The conference primers also provide links to additional resources from the UN Geneva Library and Archives related to the specific conferences and meetings, such as research guides, bibliographies, and other resources. In compiling these resources, the team works closely with experts and other stakeholders who are covering those conferences on a daily basis. All the non-UN resources shared on the platform are vetted by peers following three major criterions. First one is respect for the UN work and values. Second one is the content has to be factual and informative. And the third one is media outlets should not be associated with any government agency. The conference events are organized by themes such as human rights, environment, disarmament, peace and security. There's a total of 11 guides at the moment. UN entities and sister organizations are featured on each of the thematic conference primers according to their activities related to the United Nations agenda and conferences. I will now show you how to navigate the conference primers. This is the homepage of the conference primers, which links to each of the specific topics we cover. You can see the pictures on the right-hand side of the screen. You can also find direct links to meeting summaries prepared by the United Nations Information Service in Geneva, calendars, and other practical useful links such as webcast, the Listen Live and digital recordings, the last two services being provided by the Division of Conference Management. If you have any question,
share the page.
Sorry, I'm sharing my page. I don't know. Somebody is not seeing the page.
We will share the page afterwards on the chat again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. So if you have any questions, you can use our chat, which appears at the bottom of the screen, and it is answered by real people, not by a chatbot or a machine. So we're very happy to welcome you on our chat. So I will now show you a little bit more in details the Human Rights Conference Primer. So all conference primers have the same structure, so you can find the information you need quickly and easily. There's a highlight box, which is showcasing the main conference happening now or in the near future. For the Human Rights Council, we currently have the UPR in session, so there's a direct link to the UPR information. In addition to the conferences and meetings, we have an On This Page section that will help you navigate the page to the direct topics that you may be interested in. We also share news, meeting summaries, and analysis prepared by UN, NGOs, think tanks, and other media outlets. For the Human Rights Council, for example, we have a special section for the meeting summaries provided by UNIS, as I mentioned earlier, and they're sorted by week. So those are related to the 52nd Council that took place, finished actually at the beginning of April. I will now show you the environment conference primer. And the highlight box here will direct you to the meetings of the conferences of the parties to the Basel, Rotterdam, and Stockholm conventions, which are taking place for 12 days at the CICG here in Geneva. And we also include a Twitter feed that is obviously related to the major conference on the conference primer topical guide. So the next one I would like to share is the International Law Commission conference primer. So it's a bit of a different one because it's not a conference that is open to the public, but the International Law Commission meets every year in Geneva, and they use the resources that the library is providing. They have a dedicated live chat when the commission is in session, which is the same link here. And also we can show you some of the other features that the library is providing, such as multilingual bibliographies. And finally, I would like to show you the disarmament conference primer. So we're showcasing the second part of the 2023 session of the CD, which will start in 2 weeks. And you're not sure where to find all the disarmament official documents? Please do search. You can search the UNODA documents library, which is linked here, which takes you to the main website database, and you can search all the documents and all the organs. You can also find on this conference primer a portal for all the disarmament meetings. And again, news, media reporting, and a Twitter feed. We do our best to inform you about future events. For example, although the World Data Forum is just finished, it took place in China this year, we have already put the information related to the AI for Good Summit, which will take place in July in Geneva. And we try to add, whenever a registration link is provided by the organizer of the meeting or of the conference, we add it to the conference primer so that you can easily find a place to register. So on this note, I will end my presentation. As you can see, this platform contains a lot of resources. So I would like to invite you to browse through the conference primers and discover the information you were always looking for in this one place. Please do contact us should you have any questions or comments, and please do provide us suggestions should you have any. You can use the Ask a Librarian form, for which there's a link here. If you prefer direct interaction, chat with us live every working day from 9 to 12. We are here to facilitate your work and to serve the member states. You can also book a dedicated session online or in person. That can be done through the Ask a Librarian form. So I thank you very much for your attention, and the floor is now yours for your questions and comments. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anne. That was really a nice little overview of the conference primers. As you saw, probably there is a lot of information in there, but it's really particular to the subject that you're looking for and the conference that you're looking for. And what I also wanted to just stress again is that this is vetted information. So we're not putting just anything on there. As librarians, we always think of, what is the most pertinent information and what is the information that we trust. So this is what you can find on the conference primers. And also what you heard at the end, Anne was giving you many different ways of getting in touch with us. We're really looking forward to that interaction, because we're also always looking into improving these products, not only the events that we're holding, but also these products. So really hoping there will be some activity from your side after that. That would be fantastic. And now I'd like to go to some of the questions that were already posted. I think one I had already answered really quickly myself. I have posted the conference primers link on the chat and on the Q&A as well. So I hope you can see that. And then there was a question about how many primers do we have access to, and I did reply that there are 11 conference primers. They are grouped by major topics. You just saw them. And as you could see, they're also all available for free online. So anyone actually has access to this curated information service that we do. Another question that was asked is, how often are the primers updated? And do they include all official decisions taken during the conferences? Anne, can you help us, please?
Yes. So we try to update on a daily basis the conference primers. So sometimes we don't find information that we agree to publish. So maybe not all the primers are updated on a daily basis, but we are looking for information and adding links on a daily basis. We use an internal tool to share this information, and we update that once it's vetted on the tool.
Okay, so they should include also all official decisions that are taken during the conferences?
Yes, so sometimes it's not possible, but we rely on the conference secretariat website. So whenever they publish the information, we put the link already. Very often they already have the link up for documents for the upcoming session, for example, of the International Labour Conference. It's already there, but at the moment it's empty. So as they put up the information, we have already put the main link, so you will find those decisions as they are updated on the conference website.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know this is something we do very thoroughly and
Yes.
consistently. So there is another question about the HRC session from 2 years back, as an example, HRC 50/49.
Yes.
Can we see an example for that already?
Yes. So I will go back to. Sorry, let me go back to human rights. So at the main page is for the HRC 52, because this is the one that just finished. So within the coming 2 weeks, I will put up the page for the 53 one, which will start somewhere not far, end of May, I think, or beginning of June.
It's 1 to 12.
And here, and here you have for the
HRC.
HRC,
UPR, sorry.
this is the UPR. that is currently in session. But the previous sessions you can find here. So since we've started, so for example, somebody was asking for the 49th or 50, so 49th is here. And then here you'll find the information about the 49th regular council.
50/49. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have the different pages here.
Okay. I think I'll try to put that also on the, as a response on the Q&A, the link to that. We will also share these links afterwards, right? For the questions as well. Let me see, let me pause as well. Can I register to any conference through the Conference Primers platform?
So, as I mentioned, you can, whenever the Conference Secretariat puts up a link on their website where people can register, we place the link there. So you don't register directly on the Conference Primers because we have no authority to grant you access to a meeting, but we provide the link so that you can register and participate.
Okay, thank you. Then there's a follow-up question. How can we know what conference is currently taking place and is being updated?
So what you will see, for example, in the highlight box, there's a little mention of the date here. So it shows when it was last updated. So last update we did on this page was yesterday for the UPR, for example. So this is one of the ways to check. In the highlight box, you will see the last time the primer was updated. This is visible to the public.
Okay, thanks. Now another question to a key issue that we also have at the library. Are the primers multilingual?
So the primers, as we call it in technical word, wireframe, the structure of the primers is only in English. But we do provide information in other languages, French and Spanish, because those have to be languages that we can verify and make sure that whatever we publish as link is acceptable. So we do put links in English, in French, and in Spanish.
Okay, so we're not with a truly multilingual platform.
No.
Obviously, it's also due to some resource restrictions, I'm thinking, but we definitely work on that. And the way we do it is through the resources that we link to, is we really try to have a more diverse point of view, but still a vetted information that's on there, huh? But in different languages.
And then if I
key.
may add something, for example, if we find a resource from an NGO or a think tank, that happens often, where they also have a structure that is monolingual, but they do publish pages in different languages, then in the description that you see here at the bottom, it will say article available in other, and then we will list the different languages that it's available. So even if you click and you end up on the English page, you can always find the same article in the other language that the originator has published it in.
Great, thank you, Anne.
Yeah.
Another question, does the platform include resources from UN agencies and NGOs? Is there a possibility also for an NGO, for example, to submit their own resources? So UN agencies and NGOs.
Yes, so UN agencies, yes, of course, it's UN family. So this is already vetted if it's published on their website. And NGOs, we do look at the NGOs. First, of course, they have to be registered and have a status with ECOSOC in order to be recognized. And then if they do provide analysis and information that we think is useful for the delegates that we can share, we do share it. And of course, it is vetted. And submit your own resources, please do. There's at the moment, at the top of every topical conference primer, you can add it's a suggestion form. So if you click here, it will you can add your contact and your message and then send it, and then we'll contact you, and definitely we will be able to see what we can do with your suggestions.
Okay, great. Thanks. Another question. Are there temporary primers other than the 11 primers that are currently displayed? So are there things that come and go?
Well, come and go, not really, because what was decided when the platform was put in place is that we would keep the information online at all times. But obviously, twice or 3 times in the year, we go through all the links and clean up the links that are no longer valid. We remove them. And but we don't have like temporary primers. What we do offer is specific Primers Pro, which is a tool really dedicated to the delegates, and that's for disarmament, the International Law Commission. So far that we're doing that, depending on also our own resources when we can have experts to work with us.
Okay. Thank you, Anne. I think we answered quite a lot of questions now. I'm hoping you still have more and that you're really interested in this product. But as considering the time and that we really wanted to stick with the 30 minutes to make it a quick start, let me just close up now and wrap up this session. Thanks a lot, Anne, first of all, for this presentation, and then all the team of the Knowledge and Learning Commons for having helped set it up and having invited everyone as well. They're really doing the big part, not just the design, helping us with the design of these events, but also setting them up and bringing everyone together. So like I said before, this quick start was recorded, so you will have access to it on the Commons website, probably latest by tomorrow. So don't hesitate to look at some of the things again and maybe some of the questions that were answered as well. And of course, now I'd like to thank all of you who participated for having joined us today. We want to make sure, like I said before, that these quick starts really speak to your needs. So it would be great if you could fill in the very short survey. We take the results just to ensure we keep improving the series. This is really one of the key leitmotifs that we have, is constant improvement of what we do, and we can only do that with you. So really looking forward to your feedback there on this forum. And then finally, I do actually have 2 invitations to share with you. The first one is for Thursday, 4 May. We'll be happy to see you again. It's the next online quick start session. It's happening at the same time as today, 12 o'clock to 12:30, and it's a dedicated session this time to ebooks for diplomats, and how you as a diplomat can read the ebooks that the library purchases. And now just a little note for all of those that are UN staff, for example, don't hesitate to contact us if you have any issues with reading ebooks. You should be able to read ebooks here at the Palais, but also at home very, very easily. So please don't hesitate to get in touch with us if there's any issue on that, or if you'd like to also have a session. We could imagine on the feedback to have a session just for UN staff as well. And then we have an extra special, and that's for everyone. And it's on 9 May. We actually wrap up all our quick start sessions, the library sessions and the 2 archive sessions that were there as well. And what it will be, it's a workshop or a knowledge fair, like I like to call it. It'll be on site. So it's going to be right in our library events room. You can come during lunchtime and you can actually meet all those experts. It's why the nice photos are there as well. They will be able to answer any questions that you have on the products that we propose, but also, of course, on anything else. And you might also get your library badge if you'd like to have one. So I'll be there, of course, as well. And I'm really looking forward to seeing some of you in person and to finding out who is there behind the screens there. So I see you either on the 4th of May, I hear you, on the 9th in person. And with that, we all and the whole team wish you a very good day and see you again soon. Bye-bye.